Rahab tied a scarlet thread in our window, and the spies said everyone inside will be saved. That thread runs through the entire Bible, from the garden to the cross. One thread, one color, one redemption. If this sound reached your heart, hit subscribe. More music like this drops every week. Unless I see the scarlet thread tied in the window, you will not be saved. Joshua 2 verse 18. One thread from Genesis to Revelation read, as blood and thin as faith. From the skins that covered Adam to the Lamb on Calvary's wraith. Abel's offering carried it, Abraham's ram confirmed the line. Passover doorpost wore the color, and the angel passed the sign. Rahab was a broken woman, but the thread she tied redeemed her name. And the prostitute from Jericho walked into the royal bloodline's flame. Without the shedding of blood, there is no forgiveness on any page. And the scarlet thread has been running since the very first age. The scarlet thread, one color, running from the garden to the cross. The scarlet thread, from Adam's shame to Rahab's window, nothing is lost. Every generation connected by a single line of red that never broke. Scarlet thread, the blood that covers me is the blood that God spoke. She pushed through the crowd bleeding for 12 years, reaching for the hem. And the scarlet thread inside the garment stopped the flow and healed the stem. The thief looked sideways at the cross and whispered, "Remember me today." And the scarlet thread reached a dying man with 3 words left to say. Your window has the thread tonight tied, visible and red and strong. And the angel of destruction passes every house where the thread belongs. The scarlet thread, one color, running from the garden to the cross. Oh, the scarlet thread, from Adam's shame to Rahab's window, nothing is lost. Oh, one thread, one blood, one cross, one flood, garden to Calvary. The thread runs free, scarlet, scarlet. It covers me, the scarlet thread. The blood that saved the prostitute and pardoned the thief is the blood that reaches me tonight. Scarlet thread. Scarlet thread. 6,000 years and the thread has never snapped, never faded, never lost its might. From every stain I thought was permanent, from every past I thought was too red to be redeemed. The scarlet thread, oh, the blood still covers, oh, and the thread still gleams. The scarlet thread, scarlet thread, the scarlet thread. I am covered. Every king in history has demanded that others kneel before his throne. kisses ring and bow their heads. But there is a king who got up from the table, took off his outer garment, wrapped a towel around his waist, and knelt instead. Jesus, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Creator of the universe, knelt on the floor with a basin and a cloth, and washed the dirty feet of 12 men, including the one who would betray him. And he did it without wrath. The God who kneels is the most powerful image in all of Scripture, because kneeling is what servants do, not kings. But this king redefined power by doing the lowest thing and making it the highest of all things. Peter said, "You will never wash my feet." And Jesus said, "Unless I wash you, you have no part with me tonight." And the God who kneels says, true power is not demanding service, it is serving with all your might. For the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many tonight. Oh, and the God who kneels is the God who redefines what power looks like in the light. The God who kneels, the King of the universe, took a towel and a basin and washed the dirtiest feet in the room. The God who kneels, power is not the throne, it is the towel and the bloom. Every other king demands you kneel before him, but this king kneels before you with water in his hands. The God who kneels, and the lowest position is where the highest power stands. The God who kneels, he washed the feet of his betrayer because love doesn't discriminate. The God who kneels, and the towel is mightier than the crown in every state. God knelt in the dust of Eden to form Adam with his own hands, not speaking from a distance, but shaping with his fingers in the clay. He knelt at the burning bush to meet Moses on holy ground, where the fire burned, but the bush was okay. He knelt in the manger, wrapped in human flesh, choosing a feeding trough over a throne room for his first night. And the God who kneels has been coming down to our level since the very first light. Your God doesn't rule from a distance, he kneels, he touches, he washes, he enters the mess you live in tonight. And the kneeling of God is the most powerful act, because it means he chose proximity over mine. The God who kneels, the King of the universe, took a towel and a basin and washed the dirtiest feet in the room. The God who kneels, power is not the throne, it is the towel and the bloom. He kneels to wash, he kneels to heal, he kneels to serve, he kneels to reveal. The king on his knees is the strongest sight. The God who kneels redefines might. Kneeling, kneeling, the king kneels for me. The God who kneels, the most powerful being in the universe, is on his knees with a towel and a basin, washing the dirtiest part of me. The God who kneels, and the king who chose the floor over the throne, is the king who sets the captive free. Out of every image of God is distant, untouchable, too holy, too God who kneels, the God who kneels, the king is on his knees. When the sun goes down and the darkness should feel like a thread, God pulls out a blanket and covers the sky with a billion points of light. He doesn't leave the night empty, he decorates it. Every star is a stitch in the blanket that covers you tonight. God told Abraham, look up and count the stars if you can. And the stars became the promise of descendants, too many to number. And the blanket of stars that covered Abraham's doubt is the same blanket covering your slumber. Each star was placed, not randomly scattered, but positioned with the precision of a God who designs constellations by name. He calls them all by name: Orion, Pleiades, the Bear, and not one is missing from the frame. The blanket of stars says, even in the darkest night, God didn't leave the sky bare or empty or cold. He decorated the darkness with light, and the decoration is the most beautiful story ever told. For he determines the number of the stars and calls them each by name, and great is his power tonight. And the blanket of stars is the evidence that God decorates even the darkest night. The blanket of stars, God covered the darkest sky with a billion points of light, so the night would never feel empty. The blanket of stars, each one named, each one placed, each one part of the covering sent to me. The night should feel threatening, but God decorated it with the most beautiful blanket ever made. The blanket of stars, and the darkness becomes the canvas for the greatest display. The blanket of stars. Abraham looked up, and the stars became the promise above his head. The blanket of stars, and the same covering covers me instead. The wise men followed one star to find the king, one light in the blanket that pointed to a manger in a town that nobody valued much. And the blanket of stars contains specific stars for specific journeys and specific moments and specific touch. David looked up from the fields while guarding sheep at night, and the stars taught him to write songs about the glory of the Lord. And the blanket of stars has been inspiring worship since the very first chord. Your darkest night is covered by the same blanket that covered Abraham's doubt and guided the wise men home to the throne. And the blanket of stars says, you were never in the dark alone. The blanket of stars, God covered the darkest sky with a billion points of light, so the night would never feel saw nothing but emptiness above my head and felt alone. Out of every midnight I forgot that the sky was covered with a billion named lights on. God said, I decorated the darkness for you. Every star is a stitch, the blanket is my covering over your night. The blanket of stars. Abraham counted them, the wise men followed one, and tonight they cover me with light. The blanket of stars. The blanket of stars. The night is covered.
Five loaves, 2 fish, 5,000 men plus women and children. Everyone ate, everyone was satisfied. And then the disciples picked up the leftovers, 12 baskets full. The miracle wasn't just enough. It was more than enough. God always leaves leftovers. Stay. The best song on this album is still ahead. Subscribe so you never miss one. They all ate and were satisfied, and the disciples picked up 12 basketfuls of broken pieces that were left over. Matthew 14, verse 20.
The miracle could have been exact. 5,000 fed and 0 left over. A clean, precise calculation with nothing wasted on the ground. But God doesn't do exact, He does overflow. And the 12 baskets were the proof that more than enough was found. The 12 baskets were not an accident, they were a statement. God's provision doesn't just meet the need, it exceeds it every time. And the leftover is not wasted, is the evidence that heaven's math runs on a different paradigm. 5 loaves and 2 fish should have fed 1 boy's lunch, not a crowd that stretched to the horizon line. But God multiplied the insufficient until it became more than sufficient, and the overflow was the sign. The 12 baskets say your provision will not just be enough, it will be more than enough. There will be leftovers. And the God who feeds 5,000 with a boy's lunch always leaves something for the movers. Oh, for they all ate and were satisfied. And the disciples picked up 12 full baskets of what was left over tonight. And the leftovers are the proof that God's provision always exceeds the appetite. The 12 baskets. God doesn't do just enough, He does more than enough. And the leftovers prove it. 12 baskets, 5,000 fed and 12 baskets left, and every single one was overfilled and lit. The miracle was the feeding, but the 12 baskets were the statement that heaven's economy overflows. The 12 baskets, and the leftover of God's provision is bigger than what the original need shows. The 12 baskets. When God provides, He provides with excess, not scarcity on the plate. The 12 baskets, and the overflow is never late. Elijah told the widow to borrow as many empty jars as she could find from every neighbor on the block, and the oil kept pouring until every jar was full. The provision only stopped when there were no more jars to stock. Ruth gleaned in the field, and Boaz told his workers to leave extra grain on purpose, so she would have more than she needed to survive. And the 12 baskets principle says God's people always leave with more than they arrive. Your provision is not going to be barely enough. Scraping the bottom of the barrel with your fingernails, scratching for the last bite. God provides 12 baskets worth of overflow, and the leftovers are yours tonight. The 12 baskets. God doesn't do just enough, He does more than enough, and the leftovers prove it. The 12 baskets, 5,000 fed and 12 baskets left, and every single one was overfilled and lit. More than enough, 12 baskets full, more than the need, more than the pull. God doesn't do scarcity, God does overflow. The 12 baskets are the proof of the show. Overflow, overflow. 12 baskets remain. The 12 baskets. I am receiving provision from a God who doesn't do just enough, but always leaves 12 baskets of overflow on the side. 12 baskets, and the leftovers of God's provision are bigger than what I originally asked for or tried. Out of every season, I scraped the bottom of the barrel, thinking God's provision was barely enough to survive. Out of every meal where I ate crumbs, not knowing God had 12 baskets full, waiting to arrive. Out of every scarcity mindset that told me God's economy runs on limitation and ration grace, God said 12 baskets overflow, more than enough, and the leftovers fill every empty space. The 12 baskets, the widow's oil roots, extra grain, and the boys' lunch that fed 5,000 extra. The 12 baskets, and the overflow of God is the most generous spectrum. The 12 baskets, the 12 baskets, the 12 baskets, more than enough.
John was on the island of Patmos, exiled alone and surrounded by ocean on every side, with no congregation and no choir. And in the silence of exile, he heard a voice behind him, not a whisper this time, but a sound like many waters and fire. The sound of many waters is not a gentle brook or a quiet stream trickling over polished stones in a park. It is Niagara Falls multiplied by 1,000, the roar of every ocean crashing at once in the dark. That is the voice of God when He speaks at full volume, not the whisper He uses in the quiet room at dawn, but the thundering declaration that shakes the foundations of everything that was built wrong. Ezekiel heard the same sound, the glory of God coming from the east, like the sound of rushing waters filling the temple floor. And the sound of many waters is what God sounds like when He opens His mouth and pours. For His voice was like the sound of rushing waters, and His face was like the sun shining in all its brilliance tonight. And the sound of many waters is the most powerful sound in the universe of light. The sound of many waters, the voice of God at full volume sounds like every ocean crashing at once. The sound of many waters, not a whisper, not a still small voice, but the roar that confronts Niagara, Victoria, Iguazu, every waterfall combined
says the voice of the Lord is over the waters, and the God of glory thunders over the mighty seas. And the voice that spoke the universe into existence carries the same volume and the same ease. When God speaks over your situation at full volume, the noise of the enemy becomes a whisper in comparison to the roar. And the sound of many waters drowns out every lie, every accusation, every diagnosis, and every closed door. You've been listening to whispers of fear, but the sound of many waters is about to fill the room you're standing in tonight. And the voice of God at full volume makes every other voice lose the fight. The sound of many waters, the voice of God at full volume sounds
like every ocean crashing at once.
the sound of many waters, not a whisper, not a still small voice,
But the roar that confronts,
like rushing waters,
like crashing waves,
the voice of God.
is what he gave.
Every ocean combined is a fraction of the sound.
The voice of God.
Shakes the ground.
Oh,
Waters, waters,
oh,
the sound of many waters. Yeah, yeah.
sound of many waters
The voice of God is about to speak at full volume,
over my situation.
and every other voice will be drowned. The sound of many
Sound of
waters,
many waters,
and the roar of the God who spoke stars into existence is the most
powerful sound.
out of every whisper of fear that filled my room louder than any promise God had made before. Out of every lie that screamed at full volume, while God's voice seemed quiet behind the door. Out of every diagnosis, accusation, and verdict that spoke louder than heaven in my ear, God opened his mouth,
The sound of many waters,
and every other voice disappeared.
the sound of many waters,
John heard it, Ezekiel heard it, the psalmist wrote it, and tonight it fills my room.
the sound of many waters,
And the roar of God's voice scatters every gloom.
the sound of many waters,
Woo!
the sound of many waters.
His voice fills the room. Whoa. The courtroom of heaven had my file on the table, thick, heavy, full of evidence from every year I lived wrong. The prosecution presented exhibit after exhibit, every lie, every failure, every moment I didn't belong. The verdict was clear, guilty on every count, on every charge, on every accusation that the enemy filed. And the sentence was death, because the wages of sin is death. And the gavel was about to fall on the child. But before the gavel hit the wood, a man stood up in the courtroom and said, I will take the sentence in his place. And the judge looked at the man and looked at me, and the verdict was rewritten by grace. The file that was full of evidence was stamped with one word: forgiven.
Not innocent, but forgiven.
Because the evidence was real, but the man who stood in my place paid the price.
And the rewritten verdict was the deal.
For there is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus tonight. And the verdict that should have been guilty was rewritten to not guilty in the light.
The rewritten verdict.
The file was thick, the evidence was real, every count, every accusation proven, every charge confirmed by the evidence in the case.
The rewritten verdict,
But the judge rewrote the sentence with
one word, grace. The rewritten verdict,
not innocent but forgiven. The evidence exists, but the price has been fully paid.
the rewritten verdict,
And the gavel that should have fallen on me fell on him and was laid. The woman caught in adultery was brought to Jesus with the evidence in plain sight, guilty.
caught in the act with no defense.
And Jesus knelt on the ground and wrote something in the dust. And one by one, the accusers dropped their stones and
Left the fence.
then he looked at her and said, "Where are your accusers? Has no one condemned you?" And she said, "No one, Lord," and the verdict was clear. "Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more." The verdict was rewritten by the one who had the power and no fear. Your accusers are dropping their stones right now, because the one who has the authority to condemn has chosen to forgive. And the rewritten verdict is the most powerful document, because it says you are free to live. The rewritten verdict, the fire was thick, the evidence was real. Oh, the gavel was about to
Fall on my head.
the rewritten verdict. But a man stood up and took my sentence, and the verdict was rewritten instead. Guilty was the verdict,
Grace was the rewrite,
condemned was the sentence.
freedom was the life.
The gavel fell on him, so it wouldn't fall on me. The rewritten verdict set me free. Rewritten,
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 the verdict has changed. The rewritten verdict, the courtroom of heaven had enough evidence to sentence me forever. But the judge rewrote the fire with his own blood. The rewritten verdict, the word forgiven stamped across my case, is the most powerful word since the flood. Out of every accusation the enemy filed against me, with evidence I couldn't deny or dispute or dismiss. Out of every guilty verdict I accepted as final, because the charges were accurate and nothing was amiss. A man stood up in the courtroom and said, "Put the sentence on my account. I pay the full price, let him go."
The rewritten verdict,
And the gavel fell on Jesus, so the gavel would never fall on me below. Oh, the rewritten verdict, the woman walked free, Barabbas walked free, and tonight I walk free from the case.
the rewritten verdict,
Guilty rewritten to forgiven by the most expensive grace.
the rewritten verdict,
The rewritten verdict, not guilty. Oh no, 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 no. Yeah. Peter was in prison, chained between two soldiers, with 16 guards watching a fisherman who preached about a carpenter from Nazareth. Herod planned to bring him out for public trial after the Passover. The death sentence was already written like a wreath. The church was praying not casually but earnestly. Desperate prayer from desperate people who had already lost James to the sword. And in the middle of the night, an angel walked into the cell like the security system didn't exist, and spoke one word: get up! And the chains fell off Peter's wrists, not unlocked but fell, as if the metaphor forgot how to hold a man that God wanted free. The angel said, put on your sandals, wrap your cloak around you, and follow me through what used to be captivity. They walked past the first guard and the second guard, and then they came to the iron gate, the final barrier, the heaviest door. And the iron gate opened by itself, no key, no force, no angel touching it. It just swung open on the floor. For they came to the iron gate leading to the city, and it opened for them by itself tonight. And the gate that no human hand could open swung wide by heaven's might. The iron gate, the heaviest door between me and freedom, opened by itself without a key or a human hand. The iron gate, chains fell, God slept, and the gate swung open at heaven's command. Not pushed, not unlocked, not broken down by force, but opened by itself because God said it's time. The iron gate. And the door that held me captive was never stronger than the divine. The iron gate. The final barrier, the last obstacle, the heaviest thing between prison and the street. The iron gate. Opened by itself, and freedom was complete. The Red Sea was Israel's iron gate, the final barrier between slavery and freedom, with Pharaoh's army behind and water ahead. And God opened the iron gate of water by himself. No boat, no bridge, dry ground instead. The stone on Jesus' tomb was the iron gate between death and resurrection, sealed by Rome, guarded by soldiers, set in stone. it open by itself.
Moses came down from the mountain with a veil over his face, because the glory was so bright that the people were afraid to look. But Paul says we are not like Moses. We behold the glory with an unveiled face, open, exposed, no curtain, no hook. The veil was the barrier between the raw glory of God and the human eye that couldn't handle the brightness without protection. But Jesus removed the veil permanently, and now we see God's face without the filter and without the deflection. When you look at God with an unveiled face, something happens. You don't just see Him, you become what you behold. You are being transformed into His image, from one degree of glory to another as the story is told. The unveiled face is not a passive gaze, it is a transformation. The longer you look, the more you change from the inside out. And the veil that Moses wore is the veil that Jesus removed, so you could see without a doubt. For we all who with unveiled faces contemplate the Lord's glory are being transformed into His image tonight, with ever-increasing glory, which comes from the Lord, who is the Spirit and the light. The unveiled face, I behold the glory of God without a veil,
And the looking is changing me from the inside out.
the unveiled face. The longer I look, the more I transform without a doubt. Oh, oh, oh,
Without a doubt.
Moses needed a veil, but Jesus removed it, and now the raw glory doesn't burn, it transforms whoever dares to stare. The unveiled face, and the beholding becomes the becoming in the prayer. The unveiled face, from one degree of glory to another, I am changing by simply looking at His face. The unveiled face, the transformation happens in the gaze, not in the race. Jacob wrestled with God all night and said, I will not let you go until you bless me. And he saw God face to face and survived the encounter in the dark. Isaiah saw the Lord high and lifted up, and the seraphim cried holy, and the temple shook down to the spark. And every person in the Bible who saw God's face was transformed by the encounter, not by information, but by exposure to the glow. And the unveiled face says the veil is gone, look, and the looking will change everything you know. Oh, you don't need more knowledge, you don't need more theology, you need more beholding, more gazing, more time with your face toward the glory. And the unveiled face transforms the beholder into the image of the one whose face tells the story. Unveiled face, I behold the glory of God without a veil,
And the looking is changing me from the inside out.
the unveiled face. The longer I look, the more I transform without a doubt. Remove the veil, look at His face. The looking changes everything in place, from glory to glory, from image to image. The unveiled face is the greatest passage. Behold
completely. The unveiled face and the transformation that comes from beholding is the deepest change, because it happens gently and discreetly. Out of every veil I hid behind, thinking the glory would burn me if I looked directly at His face. Out of every filter I placed between me and God, because the raw glory felt like too much to embrace. Out of every barrier that kept me from seeing God clearly, when Jesus had already removed the curtain from the frame, God said the veil is gone. Look at me and the looking will change your name. The unveiled face, Moses veiled, Jacob wrestled, Isaiah trembled. But tonight I look with nothing between us. The unveiled face, and the looking is transforming me from glory to glory in Jesus. The unveiled face, the unveiled face, I behold and I become.
Before you took your first breath, God had already written your purpose. Not after you were born, not after you proved yourself before in the womb. The purpose was there before the body was formed. Share this with someone who needs peaceful music today. Hit like so more people can find it. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah 1 verse 5. Before the doctor confirmed the pregnancy, God had already confirmed the purpose of the life growing in the dark. Before the first heartbeat registered on the monitor, God had already written every chapter and every mark. The womb is not just a biological space where cells divide and organs form and a body takes shape over 9 months. The womb is the first classroom, the first assignment, the first chapter where God plants the purpose. In the lungs, Jeremiah was called to be a prophet before he was born. Not after seminary, not after ordination, but before his first cry in the air. And the womb that carried Jeremiah carried the purpose of God's prophet. Before the world knew, he was there. You were not an accident of biology. You were not a surprise. You were not a mistake that nature made without thinking. Your purpose was planted in the womb before your mother knew you were even existing. For before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. And before you were born, I set you apart tonight. And the purpose that was planted before your first breath is the purpose that burns with the brightest light.
The womb of purpose.
My purpose was planted
Before I was formed.
and my calling was written.
Before I was born.
The womb of purpose, not an accident, not a mistake.
But to design life
Oh, oh, oh,
from the very first morn.
oh, oh, oh. Before the first heartbeat, God had already written the assignment and the calling and the reason I exist.
The womb of purpose.
And the purpose that was planted in the darkness is the purpose I can't resist.
The womb of birth.
Jeremiah was called before birth, and so was I without a single test.
The womb of birth.
The first chapter of my life was written in the place I knew the least. John the Baptist leaped in his mother's womb when Mary walked into the room carrying Jesus inside her. And the purpose that was planted in John's womb recognized the purpose planted in Mary's womb. From another tear, David said, "You knit me together in my mother's womb." And I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made tonight. And the womb that formed your body also formed your calling and your purpose in the smallest light. Your purpose doesn't start when you graduate, or get hired, or get married, or get noticed by the right crowd. Your purpose started in the womb, before your eyes opened, before your lungs filled, before your first cry was loud. The womb of purpose.
My purpose was planted.
Before I was formed,
My calling was written.
before I was born.
The womb of purpose.
Not an accident, not a mistake, but a design life.
From the very first morn,
Before I was born,
he knew me.
before I breathed,
He called me
purpose was planted.
in the womb star.
Before the first heartbeat, God left his mark. Purpose, purpose, planted before birth.
The womb of purpose.
I was designed on purpose.
For purpose.
Before I took my first breath, and the purpose is still alive tonight.
The womb of purpose.
And the calling that was planted in the darkness of the womb is the calling that burns with the most beautiful light. Out of every moment, I search for my purpose in the world, not knowing it was planted inside me before I was born. Out of every identity crisis that made me question why I exist, not knowing the answer was written before the first morn. God said, "I knew you before I formed you. I called you before you were born." Your purpose is not something you find, it's something you already carry.
The womb of purpose.
Jeremiah was called, John lead, David wasn't it? And tonight I remember what I already carry.
The womb of purpose.
The womb of purpose. I was born on purpose. Hey. Hey. The law said if a Roman soldier asks you to carry his gear, you must carry it for 1 mile. No more, no less. 1 compulsory mile of forced labor on the road. But Jesus said, if anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with them too. And the 2nd mile was the mile that changed the code. The 1st mile is obligation. You do it because you have to. Teeth clenched, fists tight, resentment building with every step. But the 2nd mile is freedom. You do it because you choose to. And the choice transforms the force to march into a rep. But what about the 7th mile? The mile so far beyond obligation that nobody would ever ask you to walk it or expect you to survive. The 7th mile is where extravagant faith lives, the mile where only love could possibly drive. The 7th mile is not required, not expected, not rewarded by any earthly system or human law. The 7th mile is the mile you walk because the love inside you has no ceiling and no flaw. For if anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with them too. And the 7th mile is the mile that has no ceiling. And the extravagant mile is where the deepest love finds its healing. The 7th mile, obligation ended at mile 1. Freedom started at mile 2. But love keeps walking to 7. The 7th mile, the mile nobody asked for, nobody expected, and nobody required, is the closest mile to heaven. The 1st mile is resentment, the 2nd mile is choice, the 7th mile is extravagance beyond reason tonight. The 7th mile, and the mile that costs the most, is the mile that carries the most light. The 7th mile, nobody walks it because they have to, only because the love won't let them stop. The 7th mile, the furthest mile, is the highest top. Ruth walked the 7th mile when she refused to leave Naomi. Nobody asked her, nobody required her to stay with an old widow in a foreign land of light. But Ruth said, where you go, I will go. And the 7th mile of loyalty carried her to a throne she didn't expect at the back. The Good Samaritan walked the 7th mile when he paid for the stranger's recovery at the inn. Nobody expected a Samaritan to help a Jew in pain. And the 7th mile of compassion cost him money, time, and reputation. But the 7th mile was the greatest gain. Your 7th mile might be the forgiveness nobody asked for, the grace nobody deserved, the love nobody earned, and the presence nobody expected from your hand. And the 7th mile is where you become most like Christ, because the 7th mile is where the extravagance stands. The 7th mile, obligation ended at mile 1. Freedom started at mile 2. But love keeps walking to 7. The 7th mile, the mile nobody asked for, nobody expected, and nobody required, is the closest mile to heaven. Mile 1 is duty, mile 2 is choice, mile 7 is love with the loudest voice. Nobody asked, nobody required. The 7th mile is love inspired. 7, the 7th mile of love. The 7th mile, I am walking past every obligation, past every expectation, into the mile that only love could motivate. The 7th mile, and the extravagant mile that nobody asked for, is the mile that changes every fate. Out of every 1st mile I walked with clenched teeth, because the obligation was heavy and the resentment was real. Out of every 2nd mile I walked because Jesus said to, but I still counted the steps like a deal. God said, keep walking. Mile 3, 4, 5, 6, and at mile 7 you will find what obligation and choice could never produce. The 7th mile, Ruth walked it, the Samaritan walked it, and tonight I walk it because love has no excuse. The 7th mile, the 7th mile, the 7th mile. said, unless a grain of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many seeds, and the dying is the requirement for the multiplication of the deed. The seed that stays on the shelf intact, perfect, whole and protected, will never become anything more than a seed in a jar. But the seed that falls into the dirt and cracks open and dies in the soil becomes the forest and the star. Dying is not the end of the seed, it is the beginning. The cracking open is the first step of the greatest multiplication. And the thing you're losing right now might be the seed that is falling into the ground for the greatest plantation. The seed doesn't understand why it has to crack open and lose its shell and dissolve into the darkness of the dirt. But the farmer knows that the dying seed is about to become something worth more than avoiding the hurt. For unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed tonight. But if it dies, it produces many seeds, and the dying is the doorway to the light. The seed that died, the thing I'm losing right now, is the seed falling into the ground to produce something I can't see it. The seed that died, the cracking open is not the end, it is the beginning of the greatest set. A seed on the shelf stays a seed forever, protected but unproductive, safe but single and alone.
Seed that died.
But the seed that falls and dies produces a harvest that has never been outgrown. The seed that died. Dying is the requirement, and the cracking is the first step of the bloom.
Seed that died.
And what looks like a burial is actually a womb. Jesus himself was the seed that died, buried in the ground for 3 days, cracked open in the darkness of the tomb. And the seed that fell on Friday produced the harvest of Sunday that saved every room. The early church was scattered by persecution, and the scattering looked like death, believers fleeing from their homes and their land. But the scattered seed planted churches in every city it landed in, and the death produced the most fruitful strand. Your death, the thing that is cracking open right now, is the seed producing what the shelf could never grow. And the burial that feels like the end is the planting that produces the greatest show. The seed that died, the thing I'm losing right now, is the seed falling into the ground to produce something I can't see it. Oh, oh, oh. The seed that died, the cracking open is not the end, it is the beginning of the greatest set. The seed must die to multiply, the shell must crack to reach the sky. What looks like death is planting time. The seed that died produces the vine. Die to live, the seed must fall. The seed that died, the ring that is cracking open inside me right now is not dying, it is being planted, and the harvest will be beyond counting. Oh, oh. Extravagant mountain. planting. Out of every loss I mourn is death, not knowing it was a seed being planted in the deepest soil. Out of every cracking open I resisted, because I wanted to stay whole on the shelf, avoiding the toil. Out of every burial that felt permanent, not knowing the ground was a womb, not a grave for the grain. God said the seed must die, the cracking is the planting, and what you're losing is producing the greatest game. The seed that died. Jesus was buried, the church was scattered, and tonight my loss is becoming my harvest field. Oh, oh, the seed that died. And what I'm losing is producing what the shelf could never yield. The seed that died. The seed that died. The burial is a planting.
God formed Adam from the dust of the ground, just dirt, the most common substance on the planet, without a pulse or a plan. And then God did something He didn't do for the mountains, or the oceans, or the stars. He leaned in close and breathed into the nostrils of the man. The breath of life was not a command from a distance, it was mouth to mouth. The most intimate act of creation ever recorded in the Word. God's lungs filling Adam's lungs, the first breath was shared breath, the most personal gift the world has ever heard. Every breath you take tonight is an echo of that first breath, the breath that God exhaled into clay, and the clay became a soul. And the breath of life that started in the garden is the same breath that makes you whole. You are not self-sustaining. Every inhale is a gift from the lungs of God, deposited into yours without a bill or a fee. And the breath of life says you are alive, because God is still breathing into thee. For the Lord God formed the man from the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life tonight. And the man became a living being. The breath of God is the origin of the light. The breath of life. I am alive because God leaned in close and breathed his own air into my lungs of clay. The breath of life. Every inhale is an echo of the first breath God exhaled on creation day. Not a command from a distance, but mouth to mouth, the most intimate act of the Creator's hand. The breath of life. And the breath that made Adam alive is the breath keeping me in the land. The breath of life. Shared breath from God's lungs to mine without a pause or a break. The breath of life. Every breath I take is a gift He continues to make. Ezekiel stood in a valley full of dry bones, and God said, prophesy to the breath, come from the four winds and breathe into these slain. And the breath entered the bones and they came alive, a vast army standing on their feet from the plain. Jesus breathed on his disciples and said, receive the Holy Spirit. The same breath that created Adam activated the church. And the breath of life is not a one-time event, it is a continuous gift from the perch. Your next breath is not guaranteed by your health or your youth, it is guaranteed by the God who keeps exhaling into you. And the breath of life says, as long as you're breathing, God is still giving.
lived, He exhaled, and I rose. The breath of God is why the chest still goes. Every inhale is a gift, every exhale is a praise.
The breath of life
is God's most intimate gaze. The breath of life,
the breath of life.
I am breathing right now because the God who formed me from dust leaned in and shared His own breath with my empty lungs.
The breath of life.
And every inhale since that first one has been a deposit from the same God on the same rungs. Out of every breath I took for granted, as if my lungs were self-powered and my body was self-sustained by design. Out of every morning I woke up breathing without thanking the God whose exhale is the reason I'm fine. God said I leaned in,
Mouth to mouth,
and I breathed my own air into your clay, and I'm still breathing into you right now.
the breath of life.
Adam received it, Ezekiel's bones received it, the disciples received it, and tonight I receive it and bow.
The breath of life.
He is still breathing into me. My child, the scarlet thread runs through your story. From the first page to the last, you are covered. I knelt for you, the towel was my crown, the basin was my throne, and I would kneel again. The blanket of stars was stitched for your darkest night. Every star has your name woven in. 12 baskets remain after the miracle. There is always more than enough. My voice is the sound of many waters, and it drowns every other voice. The verdict was weak, written guilty, became forgiven. The gavel fell on my son, so it would never fall on you. The iron gate opened by itself. Stop pushing, I open what I decide to open. The veil is gone. Look at my face, and the looking will change you. Your purpose was planted before your first breath. You are not an accident. Walk the 7th mile, not because you have to, because love won't let you stop. The seed that died is producing something you can't see yet. The burial is a planting, and the breath of life, I'm still breathing into me. Right now, this breath and the next. Every inhale is my gift. Every inhale is my gift. Every inhale is my gift. Every exhale is your worship. Breathe, my child, I am closer than the air in your lungs. I love you from dust to glory, I love you.